You entered a plea of no contest on January 27, 2023 to the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. According to the plea bargaining agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 5 years in the prison, and the state is opposing your application for deferred adjudication. Court is calling 2022 CR 11723, State of Texas versus Robert Allen Petty. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
For the state.
Defense?
For the defendant.
And he needs to be in the middle, counsel. All right. Are you Mr. Petty?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. We are here for sentencing. You entered a plea of no contest on January 27, 2023 to the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. According to the plea bargaining agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 5 years in the prison, and the state is opposing your application for deferred adjudication. And there's an affirmative finding of family violence. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report, state?
Just we did previously, we're putting on a new.
All right. State, you've reviewed it?
Yes.
All right. Defense, have you reviewed it?
Yes.
Any objections to the PSI report, state?
No objection.
Defense, any objections?
Your Honor, just we're objecting to the restitution amount. I don't know if that's proper at this time.
Okay.
Would you like to hear that now? Or
Oh, no, we can hear that at a different time.
Okay, good.
Thank you. All right. Does anybody have any witnesses call state?
Don't believe we do.
Defense, any witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
All right, then the court will hear arguments. State you're opposed. Why?
Your Honor, based on the allegations, as well as speaking with the complaining witness, she did voice her opinion that the defendant should not be granted probation. Based on his actions, she has been placed in fear. She is, to bluntly put it in her language, terrified of this man, and believes he is deserving of prison time. If I can have 1 second, Your Honor. The defendant is charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, showing that he is a dangerous individual to both the complaining witness and to society at large, Your Honor. So we, for those reasons, we'd ask that you deny the plaintiff's application for probation.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Deny his application for probation.
All right, defense.
Your Honor, you can see by the PSI, my client does not have a history of felonies. He did have an assault, family violence misdemeanor with this same victim. We elected as his attorney to go ahead and just judgment satisfy him on that case, so that we were hoping the court would grant, and he would just have one community supervision and one set of court orders. So that was the decision we made to go ahead and just close out that case. Your Honor, just based upon his pretty much no history, the recommendation on page 4 from the complaining witness, the victim, to the probation officer is that I don't have a problem with him getting probation. I just don't want him around. And I think that speaks volumes of what she said when she sought the probation. My client doesn't have anyone to be around her. And he, I believe, when you read the TAP evaluation, he has an issue with alcohol. And I think treatment is what's warranted for him. He does have medical problems. He is on Social Security, which has been stopped because of his incarceration. So we're asking the court to grant him deferred adjudication, to grant him treatment for his alcoholism, his issues with alcohol, and to allow him to rehabilitate himself. My client has told me he has no plans of being around her. There was some issue in the PSI about her claiming some property. I asked my client if he had her ID or anything, and he said no. They just took my wallet and a set of keys I had with mine or keys and things. The RV that they were staying in does have that, but according to the PSI, she does not have that anymore, and she is now living at the Haiti home. So my client doesn't have property other than a key to a vehicle she doesn't have anymore. And in the discovery, which is not part of the packet, but I represented to the court that there was a property release in there, and there was some property released to my client doesn't have that. We're just asking the court to grant a deferred and today. Thank you.
And Your Honor, if I may,
Yes.
our complaining witness just showed up and we would like to call her as a witness.
Okay.
As they stated that we didn't have a witness, but she just arrived.
All right. What's your witness's name?
Amy Doyle.
All right. Miss Amy Doyle, come forward. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand. I'm gonna need you to keep your voice up so the court reporter can hear.
Okay.
Can you state your name for the record? All right. Diane, are you able to hear? All right. All right, you may begin.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Doyle, you are the complaining witness in the case against Mr. Petty, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And did you submit a statement to the on a pre-sentencing investigation report indicating that you're okay with probation?
Yes, sir.
What are your feelings on the defendant if he were to be granted probation?
I would not be happy with the decision because I believe that Mr. Petty is a threat when he's drinking. He hopefully would not be able to find me specifically, but he may have other victims because he has been drinking all of his life by his own accord. He has been drinking since he was 10, and he is a different person when he is drinking. He is violent and ambitious, and he tends to not be his normal self. He's a danger to others when he's been drinking.
Ms. Doyle, where are you currently living?
I'm in Haven for Hope.
And how has Mr. Petty's actions changed your life since this is
Of course, it's made me fearful of any relationship, but especially with men. I feel very scared at times, and I've been having some nightmares. It seems to me. I don't think that Mr. Petty should be out on the streets. I know he's been in rehab facilities from time to time, and they have all failed him because he always goes back to drinking and continue to be violent when he's drinking.
And Ms. Doyle, are you seeking restitution in this case?
Yes, sir.
Or what are you seeking restitution for?
I would like to relocate to a safer place. I could no longer afford the rent because Mr. Petty was splitting the rent with me. And in Divine, it was $400 a month, and here it was $1,000 a month, including utilities. And that's beyond my means. I live on Social Security disability.
Thank you, Ms. Doyle. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, ma'am. You had asked the defendant to come move in with you, right? Into your RV?
Yes,
Okay.
that's correct.
Okay. And this was after he was arrested for an assault case and put on probation. Is that right?
Yes, I had bailed him out,
Okay.
which was a big mistake.
Okay. And then you invited him to come live with you to split the expenses.
No, I did not.
Okay.
He came because he had nowhere else to go, and he told me it would be different, and it never was different.
Well, you met Mr. Doyle at the Haven for Hope. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Petty, excuse me. And when he got out of jail, he moved back to the Haven of Hope. Isn't that right?
I don't believe so.
And then you asked him to come live with you. Isn't that right?
No.
And when you spoke to the probation officer, she wrote that I don't have a problem with him getting probation. And you're saying to this court that the probation officer got it wrong. And that this is a lie in this report.
I do not recall that. I told the advocate that I did not think it was best for Mr. Petty to get probation.
All right, just one moment, please. Mr. Coleman, you need to find a seat. That's okay. All right, you can continue. All right, you can continue.
Do you even recall speaking to the probation officer?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And the $2,000, that's just to pay to have your items moved to Houston.
I never disclosed it was to Houston. But yes, I was like to relocate, and I had asked for 4,000, actually 2,000 to get my things out of storage, and 2,000 to actually move them.
It just in the report, the probation officer that you spoke with puts in that you were moving to Houston, and that's where I got that from. Okay. Okay. And so your plan is to never have anything to do with Mr. Petty, is that right?
Correct.
And when do you plan to move to Houston?
I'm not sure. I am at a disadvantage financially right now.
Okay. And your daughter is a physician in Houston, isn't that correct?
No, that's not correct.
Okay. She's not a doctor.
No.
Okay. What is
She's a medical specialist liaison for a pharmaceutical company.
And I think that's all I have. Thank you, ma'am.
I have no questions on it.
All right, I have a few. Are there any objections to the court asking the witnesses questions?
No, okay.
No objection.
What was the length of time of your relationship with Mr. Petty? How many years?
About a year.
Did you meet him at Haven for Hope?
Yes, ma'am.
Why were you at Haven for Hope?
Because I had sold my house and the city was going to demolish it, and so I ended up getting a small amount and bought the mother home
Okay. Why was the city going to demolish your home?
because it was in disarray. It was very cluttered, and I inherited the home. It was used for storage because my grandfather was in a nursing home. And the family used it for storage.
All right. Do you know why Mr. Petty is receiving SSI?
He's not receiving SSI, he's receiving Social Security.
Okay. And is that just due to his age?
Yes.
Do you know? All right. And why are you receiving SSI?
Because I have many medical conditions.
All right. What are your medical conditions?
I have a heart condition. I have seizures. I have a knee problem. I have bad liver, not from drinking, but from medication over the many years.
No, I understand with the liver for
I have-
medications.
Yes. I have arthritis. I have degenerative disc disease in my back. I have diabetes. Shall I go on?
And why did you leave Divine, Texas?
Because my sister lives in San Antonio and she has 5 children, and the 4th one committed suicide, and I was trying to get closer to her to help her get through the pain.
All right. And you mentioned that Mr. Petty had previously been in rehab. What rehab was that?
I know one of them was the state hospital. One of them was in Uvalde, Texas.
Mhm.
And I don't know the name of it, but he told me about it. And his sister also informed me that the family had committed him. And it didn't work.
All right. Thank you so much.
Certainly.
All right. So, but before you leave though, there are no more questions. Is that correct? From either side? No more
No.
questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right. I want to let you know that with regards to restitution or money that's owed, my hands are tied. I have to follow the law on restitution, right? And the restitution that you're requesting is not restitution that I am legally able to give you.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, any other witnesses from either side?
Nothing further from the state.
Defense, any witnesses?
Yes, we're gonna briefly call Mr. Petty.
All right, Mr. Petty, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand. Make sure you keep your voice up. State your name for the record.
Robert Allen Petty.
All right, defense.
Um, Your relationship was about a year long, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, and, you two met at the Haven for Hope,
Yes, ma'am.
and there was a time that, that you were on probation for your misdemeanor assault,
Yes, ma'am.
and, how did you end up living with Mr. Will after you took a plea?
I was helping her at her grandparents' house. Try to get stuff moved out because she said that she had it sold, and so I helped her, and one thing led to another.
Okay, did she ask you to come live with her?
Yes.
And, Ms. Doyle mentioned that you had been in treatment.
Yes, I committed myself to a treatment center here in San Antonio.
And have you ever been to the state hospital?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Have you ever been to a hospital in Uvalde?
Yes.
And what was that for?
It was for alcoholism, but they, I didn't need it.
Okay, when was that?
I'm gonna say around 3 years ago.
And, if and when released, do you have any plans of contacting the store?
No, ma'am.
Um,
That's, the keys that they have here, if I probably can have them.
okay. And do you know of any other property that you have of hers?
No, ma'am, I sure don't.
Okay. And, are you asking the court to grant you community supervision?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you willing to participate, whether it's inpatient or outpatient, for treatment?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you believe you do have an alcohol problem?
Yes, I had one.
Um, and, what are your plans, if you're released from jail? And you're not sent to a treatment program, what are your plans? You plan to stay in San Antonio or move?
I moved back to Uganda and live with my sister.
Okay, so you do have a place to live in Uvalde.
Yes, ma'am.
And, I'll pass the witness. Thank you.
State.
Mr. Doyle, besides the keys that you have, is there any other property that you have in your possession that belongs to Mr.
To my knowledge, no, sir.
Do you have in your possession her health insurance card?
If I do, it's in my billfold.
Do you have in your possession any other of her identifying or insurance information?
No,
Um,
not to my knowledge.
and you said you'll be moving to Uvalde if you are granted probation.
Yes, sir.
And have you had contact with your sister to determine whether or not she will allow you to stay with her in Uvalde?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And when are you planning to move?
As soon as possible.
Do you have a set timetable for when you will be moving?
I just needed to get my social security back on track. And I'm gone.
And so you can get that back on track, where will you be staying?
I'll be staying in a motel. Not in a motel space.
And how will you be paying for the motel?
My sister's gonna pay for it.
And when was the last time you had a drink, Mr. Doyle? Or Mr. Petty, I'm sorry.
October the 1st.
Do you currently have a drinking problem?
No. I hadn't even thought about it. Once I've been incarcerated.
And do you have any plans to return to the Haven for Hope for lodging while you're
No.
continuing San Antonio?
No, sir.
No further questions. Your Honor.
Nothing further.
Any objections to the court asking questions?
No objections.
Why are you receiving SSI?
Me?
Yes.
I'm not.
Your social security. Okay, and is that just due to your age?
Yes.
All right. Did you ever call Miss Doyle from the Bear County Jail?
Once,
When was this?
when I first got in,
All right, when you first got in for this charge?
yes,
All right. Have you called her since then?
no man,
When you called her, what did you say to her?
I decided she was gonna get me out.
And what was her response?
No,
All right. And have you spoken to your sister about living with her?
yes, ma'am.
When did you first start drinking?
When I was about 21, 22.
All right. How often are you drinking alcohol when you're not at the jail?
Every day.
All right. So when people say they don't need help with drugs or they haven't been using drugs when they're at the jail, it's sometimes because you're at the jail. Now, I do know, and I've learned from previous clients that I had, that there's a way to make alcohol at the jail, but I will not put that out there. I think defense attorneys know that there's a way to make alcohol at the jail. So I appreciate you for not doing that. All right, Mr. Petty, here's the deal. I'm going to give you a choice. Sometimes I can give people choices. Sometimes I can't. I'll give you 3 years in prison, or either I will place you on deferred adjudication, but you're going to SAFP. And you can see if felony drug court has an opening to be SAFP or felony drug court. The choice is yours, but either way, you're not leaving the jail today.
Okay.
Do you want to talk to your attorney?
Yes.
All right.
Your Honor, I don't know if he would be able to participate. Well, he would have to stay here.
I mean, it's SAFP special needs.
No, the felony drug court.
Oh, yeah, he'll have to stay here.
To reside here.
Yes.
I will do that.
Okay.
All right. So if you all want to discuss. All right, Mr. Petty, what's your decision?
Yes.
Just asking what your decision. Just asking you, what's your decision? Not me.
Whatever the law says.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's what do you say? Do you want to go to prison
yes,
or do you want to go to inpatient treatment?
I guess present.
No, you said you want to go to SAFP.
Yes.
I think the confusion is that
Well,
I discussed SATIP and then I discussed your safety and told him it was incarcerated.
all right.
So I think that's where the confusion is when you ask prison, that's safety.
All right, let me ask it this way. Do you want to go to prison or do you want treatment for your alcohol issue?
I want treatment for the alcohol.
All right, thank you. I think that clears everything up.
Sorry, you're home.
Thanks.
Uh,
No problem. All right, so this is what the court will do. The court will sentence you to 6 years deferred adjudication. There's a $1,500 fine, probated. Take in consideration JN number 2098730. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. Defendant is to be sent to SAFP. And defendant is to remain in custody until transfer. There's to be no contact. It's not listed in here. Any objections to the court ordering no contact? Because I know that's not a part of your plea bargain agreement, but no contact with the complainant.
My client prefers that. Yes, Your Honor.
So there's to be no contact with Miss Doyle, the complainant. There's to be, upon release, field visits 2 times per month. And probation, if you want to see if felony drug court has a spot for him, or we'll take him. And your field visits can count as reporting but there's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There's to be regular UAs. Make sure the UAs are tests for alcohol, and I want them regular and random. There's to be 150 hours community service restitution. I'm going to want 90 sober meetings in 90 days upon release. And I know they will have given him treatment at SAFP or felony drug court, but that's what I want. Probation. Is there anything else he needs? Yes, proof of SSI, or you to have employment within 60 days. And I'm saying 60 days because I realize it may take a time for him to get back with his SSI. And there's to be no employment as a home health care provider with minors, and no employment in any establishment whose main source of income is alcohol. You understand? So that means ice houses, that type of thing. Anything else, probation? Mr. Petty, is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? All right, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it? Did you understand it? Did you sign it?
This is the document that we signed. Remember the rights to appeal?
Yes.
All right. Did you understand that? Did you sign it? Did you review it with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and I want you to be clear with me. You are not to have any contact with Ms. Doyle at all.
Yes,
That
ma'am.
means do not call her from the jail. If she contacts you, you probably need to call the police or hang up. But the court, when I mean no contact, I mean no contact.
Yes, ma'am.
And if you do not follow through on the court's conditions of probation, you could potentially be sent to prison for 20 years.
Yes, ma'am.
And I know that people come before me. We can go off the record. People come before me. They're in wheelchairs, they're in walker, but broken legs or whatever. The prison has a place for you if that's where you want to be. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you.
The tension in Judge Stephanie Boyd's courtroom is palpable as Robert Allen Petty appears for sentencing. Having pleaded no contest to aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, his fate rests on whether the judge will grant deferred adjudication probation or send him to prison. The state strongly opposes probation, setting the stage for a high-stakes emotional hearing. The drama peaks when the victim, Amy Doyle, is called to the stand. She delivers powerful testimony, stating unequivocally that she would not be happy with probation. She describes Petty as a threat when drinking, violent, a danger to others, and a man who has abused alcohol all of his life. She reveals the profound impact of his actions. She lives in fear, suffers from nightmares, and has been forced to live at Haven for Hope, a local shelter, because she can no longer afford rent. Her statement that she once took him back, only for him to repeat his behavior, highlights a devastating cycle of abuse and broken promises. The defense attempts to paint a picture of a man with an alcohol problem who needs treatment, not prison. They point to his lack of a felony history and his willingness to get help. However, under the judge's pointed questioning, the victim's credibility and fear remain unshaken. Judge Boyd, recognizing the danger and the defendant's history of failed rehabilitation, takes control. In a moment of high courtroom drama, she gives Petty a choice: 3 years in prison or intensive inpatient treatment through the SAFP program. But she makes one thing crystal clear. Either way, you're not leaving the jail today. After a brief consultation with his attorney, Petty chooses treatment. Judge Boyd then sentences him to 6 years of deferred adjudication, but with ironclad conditions: immediate transfer to SAFP, a strict no-contact order with the victim, random alcohol testing, 90 AA meetings in 90 days upon release, and a ban from working anywhere alcohol is sold. She delivers a final, chilling warning: violate these terms, and he faces 20 years in prison. It was a day of no mercy, proving that for this judge, public safety and the victim's voice come first.